Okay, I got a name for this segment. This is called Chase the Ground. So, you see this thick cable here, and that wire goes up into the bundle. This wire here goes up into the bundle and then into this big cable. Now, that tap out of this wire bundle here, it goes around, and you can see it right there. And that fastens down. See if I can do that. That goes down there, and then in that hole. And there you see that cable goes there, and it's fastened to this plate, which I'm going to call the chassis because it's the chassis for this selection assembly. Okay, so that's how the ground gets into this whole chassis here, is through that cable runs in this big cable here, and that goes around, and it comes out this cable end here. That's the male end of the cable. Okay, we'll get back to that later. All right, so the ground is now in the chassis here. And you can see all these connections here, all these slots, and how that fits. Let me open this back up. Okay. So now you can also see some of these other slots, like looking at this. Oops, let me move. So that slot there. So that just tells you that slot there is the female connection for all these tabs that are sticking up on the inside of this ring with the selector levers in it. Okay? So the ground has gone into the plates, and then from the plates it has these slots. The slots are filled with tabs on this inner ring. So this inner ring then has the ground has been passed to the inner ring, to this inner ring of these loops here. Okay, now the next thing that happens to that ground is it becomes simply part of this, which is attached. Each finger is through there, and it goes to the fingers that go through there, and if you can see closely on there, there's small square washers right there that get slid back and forth across there. I'm going to see if I can get that particular one. And there you see it moves up. And that one, then that makes the connection between this outside here. It goes through the finger, and now it's passed on to this outer ring. Okay? So that makes this pass on that ground through there. And if you follow where that goes, if you go clear over here to where this wire is connected here, that wire is connected down to the bottom hole of this H bracket, and then that is riveted in there to the inside, which connects both the top and the bottom strip here are connected together, and they now have when one of these levers is up, it's touching. When this lever is up, the ground is passed through the lever to the outside ring, and it's also passed to the inside ring. So if any of those levers are up, that means that this wire that's connected there is going to carry the ground that went from that plug into the plate, into this inner metal ring, through the connections here, and then is transferred back and forth on those strips that are underneath there. And that ends up into this wire. This wire here is connected to the 12-pin square plug that's plugged into the control box. That in turn takes that ground and it runs through a whole series of connections there, and it ends up in the start relay in the power box. And the start relay and some other things that are changed by it, that when that sees a ground, it turns on the turntable and it turns on the turntable. Oh, the amplifier. Jeez, forget the amplifier. Turns on the amplifier, the turntable, and also provides power for the two motors, the gripper motor and the magazine motor. So that's the story of Where's the Ground?